Okay.
We use a online distance education program for my students.
Okay.
And just a few days ago, I logged in my Skype and saw you there. So I
Okay.
just wanted the time. And sorry, my connection is a bit poor.
Oh, that's fine. Well, I'm happy that you were able to find me and join. What I'd like
Yeah.
to ask you, Julia, I don't want to say that I have classes every day, but it looks like I've been on every day. So if you want to continue joining the free classes, now that you've made contact, I think I have your contact information. You'll get the invitations. This is
Yeah.
my second class for today, which was not the one that I was planning to do, but I am back here for this one today. So what I'd like for us to do is to just have a conversation, give you an opportunity to practice speaking. On Saturday, we had Real Talk Saturday. So we can say we're having Real Talk Sunday for today. Nothing in this particular session is specific. You can tell me about your country, what do you like to do,
Okay.
and things like that. I'll let Haas moderate because Haas is up and coming to be a wonderful teacher. Ibram has already established himself as an online guide. Oftentimes students are saying they don't have a practice person to practice English with. So Haas, if you need me to say something, you can just ask, but I'll just listen.
Okay, but I've barely said everything, not everything, but a lot of things about my country yesterday. So I would like to ask Ibrahim maybe to tell us about Saudi Arabia a little bit.
All right. I am from Saudi Arabia. I'm one of the citizens there. I live in Mecca, which is the holy place for Muslims. And I don't think you are very ignorant about Saudi Arabia because it is the source of Islam, and you are a Muslim and the source of Arabia.
But you're
Sure.
telling all of us, not just Haas, because I'm learning too. You're not just talking to Haas. I don't
Okay.
in
All
ignorant.
right.
Ignorant.
Saudi Arabia, it is in the Arabian Peninsula.
Abraham.
Yes,
Abraham. Abraham.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
I'm insulted when you say that I'm ignorant. So you should say there may be things I don't know, but I'm not ignorant. Okay.
All right, you are not, but Hassan, yes, he is not. All right, you don't know. All right, I will select the word. All right. You know, Saudi Arabia, it's in Arab Peninsula, which is the source of Arab tribe in the past and in the meantime. And Saudi Arabia as a country, the government ruling by king or House of Saud, they call it House of Saud, and it's from the east side, Kuwait and Qatar, and from the west side, the Red Sea and Egypt. And the south area is the Yemen. There is some country, three countries in the south, is Yemen, Oman, and United Arab Emirates. Okay, and Saudi Arabia is famous about its oil country. Is the more sources of oil. They contain a lot of oil. Is the largest one in the world, and people they live with the production of oil. And
Okay.
they are now they are what they call it self-sufficient. I forgot what they call it. Now they they have their own sources as a food, okay, and agriculture, and they're doing everything. They are trying to build a car now, an airplane at the same time, and that's all.
Okay.
You can ask about my country.
Okay. Well, all the things that you've just said are clear for me. I just want to know about the culture in your country. Something that you like, something that is very famous in Saudi Arabia, or a people that you consume regularly. I'm familiar with one of your dishes, which is العيش, I think, عيش, which is rice in your country, but I'm
Kapsa.
not really into the way you prepare it in. So I would like to give some explanations about this.
Okay, about the dishes, the most famous dish we have in Saudi Arabia here, they call it kabsa. You know
Kabsa.
it? Kabsa, all right. They cook it with the rice and meat. And of course, different, sometimes bears meat, sometimes animal meat, like cow, like camel, like sheep. Okay, I think this is the most famous dish in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think you put nuts with
Say it
rice.
again.
I put what? Nuts?
Nuts.
What do you mean about nuts?
Almonds.
Almond?
Almonds.
Almond spicy. You mean spicy, right?
No, I don't mean spices.
What?
Almond is a kind of
Give us
spicy.
an
We use it.
example. Give us an example. You like peanuts, cashews.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nut.
Exactly.
Okay, so give him examples because in different countries, things are called different things. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I thought you were saying maybe he was nutty.
No, almond is I think it's a type of plant, and they keep it dry and they use it as a spices. I heard about it. Almond. If you mean almond, really.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. You can say it in Arabic, so you make it clear for me what you mean
Well,
about almond.
Okay, you mix. It's a mixture. What you meant by kebsa, as I know, is a mixture between rice and the lows
All right, all
and
right.
the zabib and the zabib. Is that true?
No, when you put almond, I got you. When you put almond as a beef, there is another dish which they call it. Uh, mm, Let me say it. I forgot it really. It's not. I'm sure I know it very well, but it's not kapsa. Kapsa mainly with a spicy rice, tomatoes, and meat. Okay, and garlic. Okay, garlic. But what you mentioned is not biryani, like Indian biryani, but it has a name. Zorobian. They call it Zorobian,
Oh,
which
okay.
contain almond and zabib, and they call it Zorobian, not kapsa. It's a different dish.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, all right. They call it
so
Zorobian. I remember now. Yeah.
let's stop for a moment. And Duria, I am not sure what you're doing with your computer. When you log on, do not click on share. Just click on log on, and then everything is fine. It is important that you know where your microphones are so that you can mute and speak. Are you able to hear me, Daria?
Yes, I'm able to hear you, but what about you? Can you hear me as well?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. However, I want you to log off completely
Again.
and come
Oh,
back. And then
Okay.
do not press any other buttons.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Okay, see you.
All right. So, Ibram, one of the most favorite dishes for me in the US is spaghetti. I love
Italian.
Yeah, it is an Italian dish, but it's my favorite one. I love spaghetti and pizza. I guess an American dish would be mashed potatoes and steak. Not necessarily my favorite, but I do enjoy mashed potatoes and steak. I don't think that you eat sausages, but I love sausages, which is pork.
Mm-hmm.
And Edwin, where's your deer head? Where's that deer head? And Edwin, Haas, have you met my son?
No, but I always see him behind you.
Okay, well, Edwin.
Say hi to him. Say hi to him. Tell him Abraham say hi.
He knows you, Edwin. So Edwin's going to show you what we're going to eat for dinner today. Well,
this is the one.
This is my son, Edwin.
Hey guys.
He's not a baby.
Hello. Nice
Yeah,
to meet you.
I got this one earlier
It's a deer head.
this year.
Oh, really?
So that's just the skull, but we processed the meat
Can you hear him?
and
Yeah.
Okay.
let's see.
He's going to,
Given the recipe.
well, not the recipe, but he's going to get some of the meat to show you what we're going to eat today. that he goes in the woods and shoots the deer.
Seems like he's a great cook.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
So I take it to, well, I can process, but we take it to the processor and we'll get the back straps. So
Okay.
there's probably 4 packages of that. There's 10 packages of the, let me see, cube steak.
Okay.
And then I also get breakfast sausage,
Yummy.
like 4 packs of these. So I get maybe 60 to 80 pounds of meat from one deer.
From the deer.
That should keep for eating meat every day, maybe like 4 months. 4 months of meat.
So we're good for the quarantine on meat.
What did you deer? This a deer meat, right? He hunting deer or he buy it?
No, he hunted it. He hunted the meat.
Wow, dangerous guy.
He goes into the woods and he sits up in this box, in this little house, like a tree house,
Yeah.
a shooting house, and he takes his gun and shoots. One day I'll show you outside. All right, Daria, we're back. Thank you. All right, so my favorite dish in America, though, is spaghetti. It's easy, it's quick. It takes about 20 minutes to prepare, and then I'm done. Yeah. Okay, Daria, where are you from again, Daria?
I am from Turkey.
Okay, so what do you like to tell us about Turkey? Tell us about the country, Turkey.
Well, it's a bit deep issue, but what can I say about my country? So I live in Istanbul, which is a metropole, and very crowded with different ethnic groups. Nowadays we are having hard times. I mean, because of the coronavirus.
Daria, are you touching your computer again?
No,
But
that's
my
not me.
how can I say, stop video, so I just said start video.
Okay, well, don't start your video. It's already started. Every time you do something to your video, it changes, but that's okay. Just leave it. Just leave it. We don't need to see you. Okay, continue.
All right.
I mean, I can see you, but you're really tiny. I think I see you.
Okay. All right, I see as well, except Ibrahim.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I think you know the geographical, position of Turkey, right?
No, do not assume that I know anything about anything. Tell me.
Okay. So Turkey has 3% of its land in Europe and 97% soil in Asia. So it's a kind of Euro-Asian country. And it is bordered, by the sea, Mediterranean, Black Sea, and Aegean Sea.
Okay.
So it's a nice country for touristical purpose, I can say. And so we have a diverse culture. I mean, east part of Turkey is different, and west part of also Black Sea region is different. They have different folk dances, different traditional cuisines, and dialects of Turkish. So it's a kind of richness in the country.
Would I enjoy coming to Istanbul? Will I enjoy it there?
Of course you will, because you will find so many things to do and to see in Istanbul. Also, my European friends prefer to come to Istanbul, and some of them I guided.
Okay. Okay, good. So I remember yesterday that Hasbian was telling me that if I came to Algeria, I would not want to ever leave, and I would love to stay there. But I said it would be the same here in the U.S. If you came to the U.S., you would want to stay here forever because the U.S. is the best place to be. Now I hear you, Daria, say that Istanbul is a place that I would love to be and probably want to stay there. So what of you, Abraham? Would I want to come to Saudi Arabia and live there and stay there forever?
Yes, you will stay forever. And it's one thing, if you like the sea, we have very nice sea here for sailing and fishing and diving too.
Ah.
If you are, yeah, if you like a desert with no grass and living what they call it, a very humble way, yes, you will like my country.
Okay, so we all have our preferences, and we believe that.
I forgot something. I forgot something. If you like money, if you like to save money, yes, my country is the best place.
I think everyone likes their country.
Everyone loves money, I think.
Everyone loves money. Everyone loves very good.
Probably.
Okay. Okay, so Ibrahim, let's take our conversation or something in a different direction.
Okay. I want, just before you start, I want to ask Mrs. Daria. She is from Turkish, right?
Right.
May I ask you your name? It seems to me you are not Muslim, right?
My name? You are asking about my name?
Yeah. Is your name the Muslim name?
I think it is, yes, Muslim name. I guess so. But in Russia, they say Daria. It also some variations in different countries.
Daria. All right. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
And I saw
You should have
Durya.
pronounced it. You should have
Yeah,
pronounced it this way at the beginning.
Yeah, pronounce it for us in the beginning. Say it one more time.
She has got a very pretty name.
Okay, you mean Daria?
Daria. Right? Is that what we should call you, Daria?
No, in Turkish we say Daria. It's similar to American, right?
Dalia. Okay.
Daria, right.
All right, Dalia. All right. I'll try to remember it. If I don't see it, I look at it. But Dalia, it is a very pretty name. I love it. Are you named after a grandparent or your mom or no?
My father gave me that name.
Okay. Does it have a meaning?
Yes, it means the sea, ocean.
Ah.
You know what does your name mean in Algeria?
Yeah, I know.
You know it?
Yes, I know it.
Okay. What does it mean so?
It means the sea. I mean ocean, something deep. Yeah, it means like that.
Okay, but I mean in my culture. In my country's culture, do you mean what does your name mean?
Oh no, I don't know. What's
it means
that?
A grape tree.
Grape tree.
Grapes tree. A tree in which we find grapes.
Wow, interesting.
Okay.
I didn't know that before.
Okay, now you know it.
So where are you from? Algeria?
I'm Algerian.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And my name might mean, I just looked mine up in the dictionary. And mine says it means ancient. I don't know that I like that. It means
ancient.
Yeah, that sounds like it means old.
Ancient and valuable, maybe.
Yeah, but I know Priscilla is in the Bible. My name is in the Christian Bible.
Oh, that's nice. That's the holy name then. Priscilla.
Yeah.
And Priscilla, where do you live in USA? I mean, which state?
I live in the state of North Carolina. It is the greatest of all the 50 states.
Wow. Sounds great.
Well, if I lived in New York, I would say the same.
This is true. This is true. All right, Ibrahim, take us into another direction now.
Okay, I have to say, because you have very nice people today, and it seemed to me they are very well educated.
Okay, and Ibrahim?
I will choose subjects as information about the country.
Okay.
Like I want to ask Mr. Haas, what is the favorite Arab country?
Okay, but before you answer, Haas, Ibrahim, we always build on what we've done. As you ask your question and do your interaction, use some of the vocabulary that we had in our session for today. Okay, you may start again.
Okay. All right. Just tell me, Mr. Haas, which is the favorite Arab country for you? For its, yeah, for everyone. Okay.
But I want to hear the vocabulary. I want to hear some vocabulary from today's earlier lesson.
Okay, I will select what is the revolutionary politics in Arab world.
Now, Ibram, if you say politics, it cannot be is, but it could be what are some of the revolutionary politics.
All right. Okay. What are the revolutionary politics? Of course, regard to Arab countries.
And I don't. That seems like it's that could you can answer, but this probably isn't the place because it becomes controversial. You know, when I say that America is the best place to be, that's a little more humorous than to talk about the revolutionary things because my personal opinion is that every country will engage themselves in revolutionaries. To me, it's more controversy. Like we believe that we should have this, and
Yeah,
but I don't think
that's what I mean.
I know, but this is
Yeah.
probably not the best platform for that because I think I might even be offended by some of the answers that might come from it.
No, I think what I meant revolutionary, that what's a new thing in Arab world which you prefer or something made you interested about it.
Okay.
And you that's what I think is clear, right?
It is now. Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, you have challenged me right there, but
and define revolutionary as you were going to speak about it, Haas.
Okay, I'll try to use it.
But make sure we know which type of revolution you're talking about as well.
Okay. Well, right after you asked me the question, I had several countries that were floating around my head. But I would automatically think about Saudi Arabia. You know, it's the holiest place in the world for Muslims, at least. You know, each Muslim would dream to visit that place, and that's obvious. I think you should have been waiting for this answer from me.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you're right.
I believe it's
I will add something. The new thing which happened in Saudi Arabia, which is a liberty, is a change. Like before, woman, they banned her from driving a car, for example, and she must cover her face, for example. Now, not anymore. They allowed the woman to drive, and they allowed the woman to show her face or to be identity as anyone. She have a nationality card and everything, and she will live free as usual. That's the revolutionary. That's the revolutionary thing which happened in my country.
That's a revolutionary decision.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Good. So Ibram, set up for Dahlia why we're talking about vocabulary words. Why is it important, and why did you choose revolutionary based on the lessons we had earlier today? What does this do to help with?
You ask me, Priscilla, or ask Daria?
No, I'm asking. Dahlia was not in the class earlier today, and I had said I want you to take the conversation in a different direction, but use some of the vocabulary or expressions that we had in the previous lesson. So explain why you're using the word challenge, revolutionary, as you explain what we're doing, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Revolutionary is for Daria, for the one who not attended the class. It's like a new phenomenon. A new phenomenon. I think, from my point of view, is the right meaning of this word, revolutionary. And we had some challenging also. The word challenge, it could be used, depends on the expression, what you are trying to say. For example, I can tell Mr. Haas, I can challenge in chess game. At the same time, I can say I can challenge you in the chess game. Okay, it has two meaning. It depends what you are trying. This is very beautiful word, and it is very common word. Like I'm challenging to learn to be a master in English. Oh, it's different now. I'm challenging myself. I'm telling myself.
Now
And
that's
we have,
the
yeah.
first way, Ibram, I'm challenging myself to blah 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 is correct, but now I already forgot. But you wouldn't say challenging. I forget what you said, but
About chess game.
but it would be an ed instead of ing. It's I'm challenged, and then
Alright.
I'm challenging. I don't remember what you said, but I could hear it. Okay.
Oh, I see. I didn't mention any past tense challenge. I said challenge. Maybe I can like challenge. I didn't use a past tense at all.
Okay.
I'm doing about normal challenge. I can say I'm challenged before in this
It
game.
would be ed.
Right, as adjective now. Come
Mhm.
an adjective. And also
Okay, and now Ibram, we want to stop and pause to see if Dahlia is even understanding what you're saying. Do you understand, Dahlia?
Yes, I understood clearly.
Okay, so maybe you can ask her a question, Ibram, so that she can confirm that she really understands what you're saying.
can you challenge me in chess game, Daria?
Of course.
Of course, that means you are a player. You are a chess player. Okay. My name is Abid on the net. In blog they call it chessgame.com. Just share for me if you are
Wow.
interested.
Wow.
I'm ready. Yeah, all right.
You
I'm
would
not
be a
that
great
expert like
player.
you, I am sure.
Okay. By the way, your name is Revolutionary. Is that right? Your name is Revolutionary to me. When
Yeah, it
I
may be.
heard you are from Turkish and your name Daria. This is a revolutionary thing for me.
Yeah, it could be possible, right? Because
All right.
it's already involved in some languages as well. And
All right.
I'd like to specify one thing. Do you know in Instagram, there is a new trend. So people say like reading challenge, like cooking challenge, question and answer challenge. So it really, grabs my attention because it's like a competition.
So this would have been a great opportunity, Dahlia, for you to say that there's a revolutionary challenge on Instagram.
Oh, exactly.
That is grasping your attention.
Yeah.
So
I want to ask Daria the last question about is coronavirus a revolutionary in your opinion?
Oh, definitely. It's really revolutionary. It changed our lives totally.
Yeah, well done, Priscilla. She understands, mashallah. Okay,
yes.
well done.
Okay, so jump in, husband.
Okay, I would like to explain to Dahlia things that we do usually in your lessons, Mrs. Priscilla. So what we usually do is to treat a certain text, to point out the vocabulary, new vocabulary, and then to try to give definitions to them and to use them right after in sentences, and that's it. And another challenge is to try to use the new vocabulary in the coming sessions.
In the upcoming sessions.
Okay, in the upcoming sessions.
Okay, and what you said in coming sessions is not incorrect, but upcoming seems more appropriate.
Yeah, next.
Okay, is that clear for you, Dahlia?
Yeah, exactly. It's clear. So your upcoming session will be about vocabulary, and then we are going to activate the vocabulary by making sentences. No,
we always learn new vocabulary, but what we always try to do is to use vocabulary from the previous session in today's session.
Okay. So next session we are going to remember this session's vocabulary, right?
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 words, and I'm going to make sure you use them in the next session.
All right.
Okay. Well, the first one is unveiled.
Unveiled.
Unveiled. You know the meaning, or should I explain it to you?
I don't know its meaning.
Okay, well, unveiled means uncover, unveil. To unveil is to uncover something.
Uncover, the same, right? Is uncover.
Okay.
Okay, I
That's
know
the first
uncover.
word. The
All right.
second one is expansion. Are you familiar with the meaning?
Expansion.
Expansion.
May I say
More or
something?
less.
It means an enlargement, to make something larger, bigger.
Expansion. Okay, okay. Yeah, I understood now.
May I say something?
What did you want to say, Ibrahim?
I want to say to our brother Has, this word which you mentioned, it will be more easy and clear if you use it in sentence. It's very hard to give you the meaning, just the word by itself, because this word has too many meanings, depends on the position, its position in the sentence. So if you get her a sentence and then ask her what the meaning of this word.
I
This
can
is my
see.
point.
Okay.
I can see my Saudi and my Algerian now.
No, I don't. I hate to have it out. I hate have it out. Okay.
No, 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 everything is okay.
So Ibrahim, I appreciate your detailed information.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I know
Okay, well,
you are an English teacher. You are advanced, but you know, fun vocabulary in English, you cannot give him the meaning just synonym like it. It
Yeah.
has different meaning in the sentence, in the situation, in
okay,
the
I
story.
agree with you, Ibrahim.
Yeah.
I agree with all what you said.
And
May I tell you a joke? May I tell you a joke?
And as you speak, Hasbian, remember every time you have the opportunity, you have lots of phrasal verbs. I don't like to harp on this. Or,
Oh.
you know, you have more. Of course, Ibrahim has his own study and his words, but the ones that I know that you've learned, you can put into, put upon those lists that you're writing down. All right, continue, Haas, but that is a great suggestion.
Okay. Well, the first word will be a phrasal verb, which is a verb that I pointed out from a previous lesson, and this phrasal verb is point out.
Point out, like
Okay.
focus on.
Point out. Okay. And I gave it in an expression.
Okay.
Okay. It's a word that I pointed out from previous lessons.
Now, now, what do you want her to do with the word point out? Do you want her to tell you what it means?
Like focus on something, right?
No, it's not exactly the
Emphasize, maybe emphasize or stress something.
No, I think to take out is more is nearer to the meaning.
Okay, but don't try not to give her another phrasal verb to explain the phrasal verb. So maybe you can give her another sentence. So we pointed out several things that we're going to do today. One is use vocabulary that we've had before. We pointed out that Ibram pointed out that it is a good idea to use a definition. I pointed out that the goal for each session is to bring something that you've learned in previous sessions. There is no right or wrong, because as we go through every session, you're going to learn more and more and become better able to express something, even like Dahlia. Now Dahlia just comes off of my brain very easily. And as I learn your names, it becomes easier because I've said it, I've used it. So the same will be true with pointing out. When I'm pointing something out, it is to remind you that this is what we've done. I'm pointing out that I want you to be able to connect one thing to another. Although you're giving similarities, try to keep them very consistent, because if you say touch upon, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? That's another phrasal verb. So stay with point out. Like, do you understand? You understand, husband?
Yeah, it's now clearer.
Understood.
More clear, right?
Okay. Okay, and I want to say that's very good, Dahlia. Oftentimes when we say more, M-O-R-E, we tend to put ER on the next word, like more clearer, which is clearly incorrect. More clear is correct.
Oh, okay, more clear.
Yeah. However, it's correct, but it sounds odd.
Ah,
Yeah,
I see.
I thought clear is a short adjective, isn't
Very
it?
clear. But I'm sorry.
I thought clear is a short adjective. We say clearer instead.
I'm not really teaching grammar, and I don't understand your question. I was just pointing something out by ear. I was just pointing something. It isn't incorrect. I'm just saying, as
Makes sense, right?
I hear it from an English hearing, the word more and clear in itself means that it's clear. So I don't need to say more clear. You can't become more clear. If it's clear, it's clear. Not more clear.
More clear. Okay, I got it.
And definitely not more clearer. More, the word M-O-R-E, is never, ever used with an ER word.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for reminding.
Continue. And that's just something, this is not a lesson, but as I can think of things, I'll just put it in there. Remember, we're talking about now, you're pointing out something, Haspian.
Okay, so I am wondering if you do the classes at the same time, you know, just like today.
No. Ibrahim or Haspian, can you explain to Delia why I do the classes and why they may not be done at the same time? But if you're paying for a class, you can have the class at any time that you wish. Okay, Has, would you like to?
I would say outside the base class will be different. This word which you met today and you are practicing, it's an easy word. I know, guys, you are English learner, you are advanced, but sometimes you find obstacle to understand 100%. All right, like magazine, like some old stories. These classes with Priscilla, Dr. Priscilla demonstrating it or them now, it helps you understand 100% like your own language. The only way is to practice with the native people and read with them and try to understand the sentence. This is the best way to understand 100%. Guys, I met a lot of guys, doctors. They had a doctor degree in English language, and they have this problem. Some of them they create a box. Why they don't understand 100%? Sometimes they open the dictionary, they ask, they consult the native people, especially for people who write in politics or in technology or science. They ask them, they consult them because they cannot understand the construction of the paragraph or the sentence. The only way, the, the only way is to understand the word meaning. The word meaning, it helps you to understand the sentence. I'm sure 100% all of you, sometimes you stop or you pass, you don't understand while reading a magazine or book. This class which Priscilla is doing it now, it will help you. Just like you train your mind, you're gonna end up your understanding as same as a native people. This is the goal. If you reach this position, if you reach this goal, that means you are master of English. You are like a native people. I will repeat that. Understanding is the most important thing. Baby, he born, he first understand and try and okay, listen, understand, and try to talk, and then he will learn more. Okay, just the natural way is to understand. Don't leave article or paragraph you don't understand. All right, just you must understand it. And if you couldn't help yourself, the only way is to practice with the native English.
Very good. Ibram, don't forget, you want to stop and see if we are following you. Do you understand? What do you understand? Can you give me an example? Okay, Hasbin, now
Mm-hmm.
tell Dahlia, in your own point of view, point out why the classes may not be done at the same time every day.
Okay. Well, the reason why the classes should not be done in the same time is that Dr. Priscilla has simply paid classes and free classes too. So in the time she's free, she joins free classes. In the time she's not free, so she's teaching at that time.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
then I
And the
will follow
reason,
from the
and the
email,
reason,
right?
beg your pardon?
I said now, then I'm going to just follow my emails, and when you know Dr. Priscilla email, so I can also join the class.
Okay, that would be awesome. And the reason the classes are free is that Mrs. Priscilla wants to get more people. She wants to be more known all over the world. Okay.
Good. And one of the ways that
Sounds great.
you do this, Dahlia, is by knowing that when I post this video, you're going to go on YouTube and you're going to make some comments. And someone that you know or someone that you don't know, the algorithms are going to say, oh, here is a doctor who is professional and she can guide and lead people who are wanting to practice their English. They may want to prepare for the IELTS English proficiency exam, the TOEFL proficiency exam. They get to listen to my voice to see if, in fact, they can learn from me in a good way. Their lessons will be more structured and tailored to them specifically. But for those classes, those students are my paid students. I did have one paid student in the class earlier today, but paid students can come to the free classes as well. But in the paid classes, they get specific information based on what their needs are. So do you understand, Dahlia?
Yes, I understand clearly. So thank you.
Okay. And she used the word clearly. She understands clearly. She didn't say I understand more clearly, but I clearly understand now. Which means when you add the ly, she doesn't have any questions. She could say, yes, it's clear. It's clear. Maybe I can give her something more. When she says she clearly understands, I could give her more, but for the question that she asked, I have answered sufficiently, maybe not so much in a revolutionary way, but I am convinced that she's not challenged to understand what I said. So I'm forcing myself now to remember the words from our previous lesson and use revolutionary, challenge, and this lesson makes it convenient for us to gather on a moment's notice, and I can point out various things. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, super, super, super.
Okay, I've got another question to Ibrahim. Are you still there, Ibrahim?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. How many years have you been studying English? I mean, have you ever been in to a private school, or your English is improved due to reading or to speaking or to listening, for example? Tell us about your experience a little bit.
Okay.
And remember to use some of the vocabulary words, Hasbian, write them down so that you can look over there. Tell us some of your challenges, Ibrahim, about.
Okay. Just I will
Okay, what's up? So tell us about some of the pushbacks that you
Can you
faced
hear me, guys? Can you hear
when
me?
you first. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Okay, I will tell you some background about me. I'm a high school graduate, English. No, the English as a high school in Saudi Arabia, but I was lucky. All my teachers were British. Okay, my government sent me to United States to get aircraft engineering diploma. Okay, I stayed in the United States about 5 years. All right, I got my diploma there, and I worked for Saudi Arabian Airlines for 23 years. So all my life I'm practicing English. That's why, guys, I'm telling you, this I'm telling from my experience that English language not like other language, not to look like Arabic language or Turkish, is a combined of language. The word, to learn the word is the most important thing in this
Lingua
language.
franca, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and all right. After retirement, the internet age was in 2000. I found classes. I met Priscilla. I found a lot of people are hungry to learn English, or they call it the English hunger. And I decided to continue my education. I got master degree in English.
Okay. Remember to
Postgraduate.
stop
And
and tell us whether
okay,
we
let me
are
say,
following you or not.
from my background, I'm telling you, English language is the word language. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I mean. Just concentrate on the words and grammar. People naturally they speak grammar. If you speak with the native people, that means you learn grammar innately or natural. Just if you go to the test, to the TOEFL test or IELTS, just use your logic. You find yourself you pass the test automatically. Because grammar language in English language, they took it from the people, the way they speak. That means
Abraham,
if you share the comprehension, if you share the comprehension with the native.
Abraham,
Selam.
Abraham, you forget when you start to talk, you need to make sure we are following you because you'll talk for a long period of time and we're like.
All right, okay. Is that, did I reply your question, Mr. Haas? Did I reply your question?
And see, his camera now has frozen. Now he's back. Your camera was frozen, Hasbian.
Did I answer your question?
Can you repeat the question, please, Ibrahim?
Did I give you the information about me?
Okay, I got everything. I got everything.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Any further question?
So
I answered. He said he asked. He want
No.
me. He asked me, where did you learn English? I told him.
And you told him 8 paragraphs of things. So he did get the information. Dahlia, would you like to add anything?
Well, I've got another question.
For Ibrahim or
Ibrahim.
Okay, so
Yes,
don't forget, Hasbian, that it's not just you and Ibrahim in
Okay, of course. There's Dahlia too.
Dahlia's here to practice speaking as well.
Daria, she's an English teacher. She loved this kind of question. I know.
Well, that may be.
She meets a student every day.
that may be that she does, but since she is here, I'd like to hear her voice as well.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my second question will be to you, Dahlia.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I always hear that from people that Turkish people hate English. They do not even stand talking in English. Is that true?
Oh, I think that's not true because I didn't hear. Usually, I live in Istanbul, and Turkish people like foreigners, not just like English, but they are hospitable because I see it from my culture. And well, maybe we are warm-blooded. I'm not just telling since it is my culture, but I just say what I see.
So,
Good at English, I can say, as society. I mean, our language learning is not good. I mean, this system, education system for languages is not so good, so expert. That's why our society doesn't know English well. Just the people, who are well educated, so they can speak English. So that's the problem, I guess.
So Hasbian, from that question that you asked her and what you asked yesterday, you hear a lot of stereotypes. And one of the reasons people have stereotypes is just to quickly give you a synopsis of a situation, but it does not transcend the entire country or the culture.
Yeah.
So when you are speaking, you kind of like phrase your questions a different way. Maybe you might say something like this. Dahlia, can you tell me what is the opinion of people in your country that speak, I don't know what you speak, but let's just say you speak Turkish, I don't know. Do people in Turkey prefer to speak their own language? Even that is not right, but it's just like, are there schools, do many people in Turkey try to learn the English language? You know, is that a priority for them as opposed to, I understand that people in Turkey hate English. What language do you speak, Hospian?
Arabic?
Okay, I hear in America that people in Saudi Arabia or in the Arabic countries, their language is horrible. It's not necessarily true, but I'm just saying this is how I hear what you're asking her about my language.
Okay, I got you.
Just think about, you know, what would be not a nice way to say something.
I should have asked it differently.
But well, you probably ask it at this particular time the best way, and it's only when you say things that I can respond to it so that you can be aware of it when you're in next other sessions.
Okay.
So it's a challenge, and I'm forcing myself to look at my list of words. It's a challenge for me to try to have a conversation that is inclusive and make everyone feel that they are in a safe place. When I say that America is the best country in the world to be, I really say that facetiously, because of course, obviously everyone should feel that their place is the best place to be. But North Carolina, I promise you, my home state is the best state in the US. So you see what I'm just saying.
Okay.
But okay, you got the idea? Well, this was a great session. It was, and the person that I was inviting to the session did not appear, which is fine, but I had promised that I would be here, and I didn't let that person in that was in the earlier session. So maybe the timing right now is not good. So Dahlia, wait for tomorrow. If you get an email, most likely it will be, let me see, what time?
What time is it in Turkey, Dalia?
Wait. Now it is 8 p.m. in Turkey.
Okay, so I may have a class tomorrow at 12 noon, which would be 8 p.m. in Turkey. What time is it for you right now, Hospian?
5 p.m. It's 6 p.m. now, but the class started at 5.
Okay, so it will be about, whatever you just said, 6 p.m. Ibram, what time is it for you?
I think it's 9 p.m. in Arabia Saudi.
Okay, and again, if you get the invitation and you can't come, that's fine. Just don't respond to it. Then I will not look for you. But I sent everybody the invitation at the same time. And if you're going to come, you just say yes. If you're not coming, I will not wait for you. Okay? All right, so here, Dahlia, this is the time that I ask, what is your takeaway from today's session? Ibram, we'll start with you. So Dahlia will get an idea of what it is and try to use some vocabulary word.
You're talking about this session or the previous one?
No, this one. What is your takeaway from this session?
Oh, for me, I am happy. I'm a very advanced English speaker, really, and I'm expecting will be more interesting. And that's all. Good session. Very good session.
Hospian, your takeaway, try to use some of the vocabulary words from this session or previous session.
Okay, well, this session has unveiled to me a lot of new things about culture in Saudi Arabia. It helped to expand the list of the things that I know about the culture of the culture of that country. I wish I could use the vocabulary that I learned today in the upcoming sessions.
Okay. And Dahlia, what is your takeaway from today's lesson?
So we have practiced some vocabulary such as convenient, challenge, and revolutionary in this session. And we have discussed about our countries and cultures. And we had a nice chat.
Okay, thank you so much. So
thank you.
I really appreciate you coming, Dahlia, and allowing me to first ruin your name. And then I think I've gotten better with pronouncing it. Haas, it's good to see you. Even it's always good to see you. So
It was a pleasure to see you guys.
thanks. I hope that although this was a quick pull together meeting, it was not inconvenient for any of you. I do not believe that any of you were overly challenged to participate. And we talked about the idea, or at least Dahlia did. I thought that it was a very revolutionary way to get onto Instagram and do what she talked about. So thanks again. I hope that you will all be able to join me on tomorrow. Please invite your friends, respond with a comment on the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
See
Okay,
you.
see you. Thank you
Bye.
for all.
Bye-bye.
Sounds
Take
great.
care.